In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on January 2nd, 2023, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Chicago Bulls versus Philadelphia 76ers. In the city of brotherly love, a clash is set to unfold as 2 Eastern Conference teams gear up to usher in the new year with a wave of positive momentum. The Chicago Bulls, currently on the road, are poised to face the Philadelphia 76ers in the culmination of a home-and-home series on Tuesday night. This follows their recent encounter in Chicago, where the Bulls secured a 105-92 triumph, ensuring a no less than even split in the 2-game series. The Bulls, overcoming the odds as a 1-point favorite, display dominance in their recent face-off. Although the 76ers boast a historical advantage in the regular season series at 133-110, the Bulls have claimed victory in the initial 2 meetings this season, winning 108-104 on the road on December 18th and replicating their success on Saturday night. The Chicago Bulls exhibit commendable form, having clinched victories in 5 of their last 7 games. Their recent 105-92 home win against the 76ers showcased the prowess of key players, with DeMar DeRozan leading the charge with 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. Accompanying him were notable performances from Kobe White, contributing 20 points and 8 rebounds, and Andre Drummond, who notched 15 points, 23 rebounds, and 3 blocks. Despite shooting 50% from the field and 7 of 25 from beyond the arc, the Bulls' defensive resilience played a pivotal role in limiting the 76ers to a mere 17 points in the first quarter. Their next challenges include a matchup against the Knicks and a back-to-back set against the Hornets. Conversely, the Philadelphia 76ers, despite a strong track record with 10 victories in their last 13 games, seek redemption following a resounding defeat at the hands of the Bulls. Tyrese Maxey emerged as the leading scorer with 20 points and 7 assists, supported by Tobias Harris with 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists, along with Kelly Oubre Jr. adding 11 points. The 76ers encountered offensive struggles, shooting only 39% from the field and 9 of 38 from beyond the arc. Joel Embiid's absence due to a sprained ankle could have contributed to their setback, but there are expectations of his return, as he is not listed on the injury report. Both teams grapple with key player absences, with the Bulls missing Zach LaVine and Nikola Vucevic, and the 76ers without D'Anthony Melton. Despite the Chicago Bulls boasting a 4-10 record on the road, one of their victories occurred in Philadelphia just over 2 weeks ago. However, the absence of Joel Embiid has historically posed a challenge for the Bulls, who have secured only 2 wins in 15 games against the 76ers when he is on the court. With the odds makers favoring the 76ers by double digits, the Bulls face a daunting task despite their previous successes in the series. The 76ers, returning to the Wells Fargo Center with a solid 12-4 home record, acknowledge the challenges of the first game back from an extended road trip. Joel Embiid's potential return adds a dynamic element to their lineup, given his impressive performance in December, averaging 40 points per game on over 60% shooting. The Bulls, having allowed the fewest points in the paint this season, face an intriguing defensive test against the formidable Embiid. Anticipating a revengeful response from the Philadelphia 76ers after their recent loss to the Bulls, it is reported that Joel Embiid is probable for the upcoming matchup. Despite the 76ers being the expected favorites, the steep line raises eyebrows, especially considering the Bulls' recent success, winning 5 of their last 7 games and covering in 7 of their last 10. The Bulls' 4 victories in the last 5 meetings against the 76ers further add complexity to the matchup. While the 76ers may secure the win, the Bulls are poised to keep the game competitive. So the Chicago Bulls to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Providing insights into the team statistics, the Chicago Bulls average 110 points on 45.5% shooting, with DeMar DeRozan leading the scoring at 22.4 points per game. Zach LaVine contributes an average of 21 points and 3.4 assists, while Kobe White adds to the double-digit scoring. The team shoots 35.9% from beyond the arc and 78.6% from the free throw line, but they allow 36.6% shooting from deep and grab 43.2 rebounds per game. On the other hand, the Philadelphia 76ers average 121 points on 48.1% shooting, with Joel Embiid leading the scoring at 35 points per game. Tyrese Maxey adds an average of 26 points, while Tobias Harris is another double-digit scorer. The team shoots 37.4% from beyond the arc and 84.6% from the free throw line, with a defensive stat line of allowing 34.5% shooting from deep and grabbing 44.2 rebounds per game. Examining the contrasting playing styles, the Bulls stand as the slowest team in the NBA, contributing to the relatively low total set for the game. In contrast, the 76ers adopt a faster pace, and with the return of Joel Embiid, the expectation is for a high-scoring affair. Consequently, over the projected total is our full game total pick, anticipating an abundance of points in this matchup. San Antonio Spurs vs. Memphis Grizzlies. In a face-off between two struggling Western Conference teams, the San Antonio Spurs and the Memphis Grizzlies are set to square off on Tuesday night. Currently occupying the bottom spot in the Western Conference standings, the Spurs face a challenging encounter against the 13th-place Grizzlies. The recent performance of both teams indicates their struggles, with the Spurs succumbing to a 134-101 defeat at home against the Celtics, while the Grizzlies suffered a 123-92 loss to the Kings. This matchup marks the second of 4 meetings this season, with the Grizzlies having won the initial encounter by a margin of 12 points on the road. The San Antonio Spurs find themselves in a precarious position, having lost 7 of their last 8 games. Eager to break a 2-game skid, the Spurs faced a crushing 134-101 defeat against the Celtics, with Devin Vassell leading the team in scoring with 22 points. Despite notable contributions from Victor Wembanyama and Malaki Branham, the Spurs struggled collectively, shooting only 42% from the field and 12 of 45 from beyond the arc. Falling behind by 12 points at halftime, the deficit widened to 37 points in the second half. Meanwhile, the Memphis Grizzlies, who recently cooled off from a 4-game win streak, aimed to avoid a 4th consecutive loss. The Kings dominated them in a 123-92 defeat, with Jaren Jackson Jr. leading the team in scoring with 18 points. The Grizzlies' shooting struggles, at 36% from the field and 12 of 40 from three-point range, proved insufficient to contend with the Kings' explosive first-half performance, where they amassed 70 points. In terms of player availability, the Spurs might receive a boost with Keldon Johnson returning to the lineup. However, the Grizzlies continue to miss the services of Steven Adams and Brandon Clark. In their previous outing, the Spurs suffered a decisive 134-101 loss to the Boston Celtics, with Devin Vassell and Victor Wembanyama leading the scoring efforts. With a disappointing 5-27 record, the Spurs are enduring a challenging season, paralleling the struggles of the Grizzlies, who remain in contention after Ja Morant's return from a 25-game suspension. Despite the potential absence of Keldon Johnson, a crucial contributor to the Spurs' offense, and the prior loss of Zach Collins, the Grizzlies showcase a more complete lineup with the return of Morant and Smart. Having won 4 consecutive games with the duo before facing stronger Western Conference opponents, the Grizzlies hold a favorable position against the Spurs, who rank 29th in offensive efficiency. The San Antonio Spurs' recent poor form, evident in their blowout loss to the Celtics, contrasts with the Memphis Grizzlies, who, despite recent struggles, are poised to rebound after their defeat to the Kings. Continuing their lackluster performance, the San Antonio Spurs struggle not only in losing games but also in defensive prowess, reflected in their 12-20 against the spread record as consistent underdogs. In contrast, the Memphis Grizzlies approach this matchup in relatively good health, with only Adams and Clark listed on their injury report. With aspirations for a playoff spot, the Grizzlies recognize the importance of securing victories in games like these. Expressing a lack of confidence in the Spurs, the focus turns to the Grizzlies, who are expected to end their 3-game losing streak against the worst team in the Western Conference. Despite a high spread, the Grizzlies' superior talent and the need for redemption after the Kings' defeat position them as strong contenders. Identifying rare occasions where supporting Memphis as a heavy favorite is the correct strategy, this matchup falls into that category. Consequently, the Memphis Grizzlies to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Examining the playing style, the San Antonio Spurs rank third in pace of play leading into this Western Conference clash. Victor Wembanyama's noteworthy performance, accumulating 21 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, a block, and 3 triples in a 24-minute span against the Celtics, stands out as a beacon of positivity amid the Spurs' overall struggles. However, their defensive deficiencies are evident, placing them 25th in defensive rating. On the other hand, the Memphis Grizzlies, while situated near the bottom in offensive rating, experience a transformation with Ja Morant back in action. Anticipating an up-tempo game, the Spurs are likely to push the tempo, and the Grizzlies, featuring Morant and company, are expected to reciprocate. Consequently, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Brooklyn Nets versus New Orleans Pelicans. On Tuesday night, an intriguing inter-conference matchup is set to unfold in New Orleans as the Brooklyn Nets clash with the New Orleans Pelicans. The Nets enter the game on a challenging note, having suffered 3 consecutive defeats, further exacerbated by the absence of former All-Star Ben Simmons. In contrast, the Pelicans boast a season record of 19-14. Having secured 2 consecutive victories to conclude the year 2023, the Brooklyn Nets find themselves amidst a pronounced downturn, having lost 8 of their last 10 games overall. Eager to break free from a 3-game losing streak, they are reeling from a surprising 124-108 road defeat against the Thunder. The team's performance was highlighted by Mikal Bridges, who led with 22 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. Despite a promising start, shooting just 38% from the field and 12 of 46 from beyond the arc, the Nets succumbed in the second half, where the Thunder dominated with a 65-point surge. The struggles were evident for players like Dorian Finney-Smith and Royce O'Neal, scoring 8 and 5 points respectively on challenging shooting percentages. Conversely, the New Orleans Pelicans have been enjoying a relatively positive phase, winning 7 of their last 10 games. Seeking a 3rd consecutive victory, they delivered a convincing 129-109 home win against the Lakers on Sunday. Zion Williamson led the charge with 26 points and 6 assists, complemented by Brandon Ingram's 26 points and 8 assists, along with C.J. McCollum's contribution of 22 points and 9 assists. The Pelicans demonstrated offensive prowess, shooting 51% from the field and 17 of 34 from beyond the arc, particularly dominating the first half with 74 points. Looking ahead, the Pelicans have upcoming matchups against the Timberwolves, Clippers, and Kings. While the New Orleans Pelicans are considered the superior team, especially on their home court, the prevailing line appears to be an overreaction. Despite occasional triumphs, the Pelicans grapple with consistency issues, failing to cover in 4 of their last 6 games. This inconsistency prompts caution in placing confidence in the Pelicans, even for someone initially optimistic about their prospects at the start of the season. Despite recent losses, the Brooklyn Nets maintain a profitable 18-14-1 against the spread. Consequently, the Brooklyn Nets to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. In terms of scoring, both teams currently occupy a middle-of-the-pack position this season. Brooklyn's offensive output is heavily reliant on perimeter shooting, ranking 6th in 3-point shooting percentage and 8th in 3-point field goals per game. However, the Pelicans boast one of the NBA's most formidable perimeter defenses. Anticipating the Pelicans to neutralize Brooklyn's perimeter shooting, the focus will likely shift to the paint, an area where the Nets may face challenges. This defensive strategy is expected to limit the Nets' scoring opportunities in the game. Additionally, the Nets play at a deliberate pace, ranking 20th in the NBA in terms of pace of play. Examining the total points expected in the game, both teams exhibit tendencies toward the under. Brooklyn holds a season record of 15-17-1 in hitting the under, with an 8-7-1 record on the road. Meanwhile, the Pelicans are 17-16 in hitting the under for the season, with a 9-9 record at home. Notably, the pace of play for both teams ranks in the bottom half of the league, indicating a propensity for a slow-paced game. Consequently, under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.